Hello students, welcome to Legacy Has Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss in detail about a controversy that is going on in the state of Madhya Pradesh related to Bhojshala Kamal Maula Complex dispute as it's known as, and recently Supreme Court also has given a direction related to that, and before that Madhya Pradesh High Court also had sent a team of archaeologists to investigate about this issue. So let us try to understand this in more detail. So to give you the context of this particular issue, very recently, the 13th century Bhojshala Kamal Maula Complex that is situated in Dhar district of Madhya Pradesh has become the latest site where ASI, that is the Archaeological Survey of India, is conducting a scientific survey. In this context, the action has followed after the Madhya Pradesh High Court has gave a ruling based on the petition that was filed to it, which has ordered the ASI to conduct a survey of the complex within 6 weeks. So yesterday was the 30th day of this particular investigation or survey that is going on. Now the complex is contested by two religions, that is Hindus and Muslims, as the Hindus want to call them as a Vagdevi temple, and also Muslims call them as a Kamal Maula Masjid respectively. So first of all, in this regard, when Madhya Pradesh High Court has given the order to conduct the survey, Supreme Court also gave a very clear instructions to the ASI team. And in its ruling, the 15-member ASI team, when they were deputed by the district administration and supported by local police, began the survey of the complex. Supreme Court had issued a word of caution, and the bench that was presided over by Justice Rizkesh Roy, he said that no physical excavation that would alter the character of the premises should be carried out during the process of study and research within the complex. The court's cautionary note followed the mosque's appeal against the High Court order, and then the top court also ordered that no further actions will be taken, no matter whatever is the result of the survey that will be conducted by ASI. No action can be taken based on those results or based on the outcome of the survey without the permission of the Honorable Supreme Court. So let us try to understand the story of this entire complex in brief detail. Now the Bhojshala Kamal Maula Temple Mosque compound has had a truce for almost 20 years. That means in year 2003, the Hindus used to perform puja here on Tuesday of every week, and Muslims used to perform namaz here on Friday of every week. So despite the occasional hiccup that the region has witnessed whenever situations soured or tensions soared between Hindus and Muslims in different parts of the country, the system used to work perfectly for almost 20 years. Until recently, an organization by the name of Hindu Front for Justice, they filed a petition against the Madhya Pradesh High Court as they claim that this particular temple complex is basically used to be a temple. So what basically they have said in the petition, that the complex which currently houses a mosque was actually a temple that according to them was built in year 1034, and the mosque here was constructed later on somewhere during the reign of this Delhi Sultanate king, that was Alauddin Khilji, that is in the 13th century. It was after the destroying and dismantling of the ancient structures of previously constructed Hindu temples that this mosque has been erected. That is what the petition says. Now Dhar city itself, you look at the location of this place, this is the central state of India, that is Madhya Pradesh, and in Madhya Pradesh, if you look in the westernmost part of the Madhya Pradesh, there is a small district called as Dhar. So Dhar itself has been a city of prominence during the time of many kingdoms, especially medieval kingdoms such as Parmars, Marathas, and even Delhi Sultanate. However, based on this petition, the counter argument also has been given that no existing place of worship was demolished by Maulana Kamaluddin Chishti, a Sufi, after whom the mosque was named. The other party claims that he was a disciple of a well-known Sufi saint, that is Nizamuddin Aulia, who was also the master of Amir Khusro, a well-known poet, and is said to have migrated to Dhar somewhere in the mid 13th century, that is to end of 13th century, that is 1291. And he preached here for almost 40 years, and his tomb that is built next to the mosque, which is inside the current complex, is frequented by people of both faith, that is Hindus and Muslims. They claim too that the ASI mentioned the entire complex to be a mosque, that is Kamal Maula Mosque, in its records that dates as early to 1902. So these are the petition and counter arguments by both parties. Now the controversy, when it erupted, so basically it is believed that it began the same year when an education officer by the name of Kasi Ram Lele, he found some Sanskrit slokas that were written on the floor of the mosque and concluded that it was mythical Bhojshala. Now what is Bhojshala? We are going to discuss in later ahead. So Bhojshala, if you look at the history of Bhojshala, basically in this region of Madhya Pradesh, there is this king that used to rule here, that is called who is called as Raja Bhoj. So Raja Bhoj is also considered as the greatest ruler of the Parmar dynasty that used to rule the central India, and he built a college in the modern day district of Dhar. Later on, this educational institution or college named to be as Bhojshala, where students from far came to get education. Now, valuable works engraved on the stones in the walls of mosque have been recovered, and that also many experts argue prove that it used to be a temple earlier. So what are the this works that we have obtained from this particular complex? So first of all, there are two hymns that is written in the Prakrit language of the Karmavatar, that is also called as the crocodile incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So details about these are engraved. Second, Sarpabandh pillar inscriptions have been found, where one contains the Sanskrit alphabet and the other contains the 10 tenses and moods of the Sanskrit grammar. Also, these inscriptions belong to the time period of 11th to 12th century, and this fits perfectly with the time period of Raja Bhoj, who used to rule under the Parmar dynasty in this particular area. Now, it is not that the first time ASI is going to conduct the survey in this area. Earlier survey also has been conducted, and the earliest survey was conducted during the British regime, when a well-known surveyor by the name of John Malcolm conducted the survey of this area somewhere in the year 1822. Now, as per his survey and as per his finding, he has mentioned many legends about Raja Bhoj, including the dams he has built. However, he had not mentioned any Bhojshala that might have existed in this area. However, he has referred to the current building, the current complex, as a mosque that was in ruins. He also, however, has mentioned a pulpit where he found a Hindu inscription indicating the mosque was built with pre-used material. However, whether the pre-used material is from the same complex, is from the same region, or it was brought from somewhere else has not been made clear as per his surveys. So if you look at the dispute and the timeline of this dispute that has been going on for quite some time. So first of all, in the year 1935, that is before the independence, the Front, that is the organization that has filed a petition in the Madhya Pradesh High Court, it has claimed that permission was granted by the local king for namaz for a day only in this complex. However, post-independence, the Jan Sangh, it entered the fray, and the organization started a protest for the restoration of the alleged temple, and thus in 1998, a petition was filed in the High Court again on behalf of the Bajrang Dal and other Hindu parties for the same effect. Now, the Kamal Maula Mosque continued to be contested by Hindu outfits in the local domain. Now, the 2002, the year when we have this Gujarat riots that was going on, there was a problem also that started to take place around these areas related to this mosque and temple controversy in the Dhar region of Madhya Pradesh, and thus the local administration stated the place was Kamal Maula Mosque and the existence of Bhojshala was a mystery. However, in 2003, despite having all these arguments and counter arguments, a truce was reached. A truce was arrived with specific days for mercy for both the communities, as we have discussed in the beginning of the videos as well. The same words were quoted by the High Court recently also while ordering the survey of this particular place. So this is all about the controversy that is going on in the Dhar district of Madhya Pradesh. We'll have to wait and see that what is going to be the result of the survey after the completion of this event by the Archaeological Survey of India. Thank you very much.